Throughout the prequels, Mace Windu's lack of trust in Anakin was very apparent, but what if I told you that Mace Windu was actually the one who pushed the Jedi Council to train Anakin Skywalker in the first place, and the reason why might completely change how you see their relationship. At first, Anakin was denied being trained as a Jedi even with him getting a perfect score on his initiation test, after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, at the hands of a mysterious Sith Lord on Naboo. Because of Qui-Gon's final wish, the Council conducted a final meeting to decide whether or not to train Anakin Skywalker. Yoda, the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, stood firm on his decision not to train the proclaimed Chosen One because he was too old and already had attachments, especially with his mother. Mace Windu, who was devoted to the Jedi Code as much if not more than anyone, shockingly disagreed with Yoda and believed that the young Skywalker should be trained. This passage from the novelization of Revenge of the Sith shows Mace's thoughts on why he voted yes to Anakin's training. Mace had supported the training of Anakin Skywalker, though it ran counter to millennia of Jedi tradition, because from the structure of fault lines in the Force around him, he had been able to intuit the truth of Qui-Gon Jinn's guess, that the young slave boy from Tatooine was in fact the prophesized Chosen One, born to bring balance to the Force. He had argued for the elevation of Obi-Wan Kenobi to mastership, and give the training of the Chosen One into the hands of this new, untested master, because his unique perception had shown him powerful lines of destiny that bound their lives together forever, for good or ill. On this day of Palpatine's election to the Chancellorship, he had seen that Palpatine was himself a Shatterpoint of unimaginable significance, a man upon whom might depend the fate of the Republic itself. Now he saw the three men together, and the intricate lattice of fault lines and stress fractures that bound them each to each other was so staggeringly powerful that its structure was beyond calculation. Anakin was somehow a pivot point, the fulcrum of a lever, with Obi-Wan on one side, Palpatine on the other, and a galaxy in the balance. But the dark cloud on the Force prevented his perception from reaching into the future for so much of a hint of where this might lead. Mace's Shatterpoint allowed him to perceive weak points in everything, from physical objects to complex events, and even people. Mace could sense that Anakin had a critical part in the uncertain future. While I think it would have made a ton more sense if an experienced master like Mace or Yoda trained Anakin, Mace saw that Anakin and Obi-Wan's fates were intertwined, along with Palpatine. Mace didn't truly know the role Palpatine would play, as the Jedi had no clue he was a Sith Lord. Because of this, Mace elected to vote to allow Obi-Wan to train Anakin, and the majority of the Council agreed, siding with Mace against the Grand Master of the Order himself. Because of Mace Windu, surprisingly enough, Anakin was trained under Obi-Wan as a Jedi. This is a sharp contrast to how Mace treated Anakin in the movies, and how Mace never trusted Anakin, which I made a video on if you want to check that one out. But in the end, Mace trusted in his abilities and voted to train Anakin. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing if you want to see more Star Wars content. But anyway, I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.